fueled by C4, Cellucor, and Extend. Use the code Clydesdale to get 20% off at checkout at c4energy.com. On Clydesdale Media, where we bring you the widest array of content here on our YouTube channel. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notifier so you're the first to know when new episodes are available. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Clydesdale Media Weight Loss Journey. My name is Scott Schweitzer. She is Cheryl Nasso. She's my nutrition coach. This is our weekly check-in, see how things are going. And we already have some people in the chat. What's up, Elise, Holly, Jake? What's going on, guys? And
what's up,
I will
guys?
turn it over to Cheryl. What's going on?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I had a little bit of a freak out moment when you first told me. I'm echoing a little bit. When you first told me that your weight at the place was like whatever it was, 140 kilograms, and I figured, I'm like, that's like 305, and I'm like, man, did he really gain weight? But when I look in, I see that that's not the case. Right? We're not over the 300 mark. We're still going down. Looks like since being back on track with things, we are already trending back down again. So in this whole month of chaos, you only went up 3 pounds. You were 298.2 September 14th, which is up from 295 on August 15th. So not too shabby at all. And the weight's already trending back down. So first off, fill me in on how everything is going with the sinuses, that kinds of stuff.
So still getting some drainage, but I'm up to about 5.5 hours of being able to sleep on my back. And then I sleep a couple hours sitting up to finish off the night, which is way better than it was. I mean, we're talking sitting up all night because of the drainage. So there's that. Next week, I go in to have one more suction done on the sinuses. And then it's supposed by the end of the week, I'm supposed to be to where I'll be going forward.
That's awesome. Well, you're doing really good because I can't sleep an hour on my back. I don't know how people can do that. I've tried to train myself. In fact, when I had shoulder surgery, I was like, maybe this will be the time that I can train myself to sleep on my back. And nope, not the case. I'm a belly sleeper altogether, so I have no problem with sinus drainage. In fact, I probably have more drool on my pillow than people care to know about. So, but yeah, nutrition. So last week we started off kind of like, let's get you back on track accountability wise, back to tracking. My biggest concern was I know how hard it is to get back into the swing of that when you kind of go away from it, but you've done awesome, Scott. You're back into the groove. How does it feel?
Yeah, I think the key of like the accountability of having to post it on Instagram every night, like you made me do last week, really was that step that made me push to get it out there every night and made me do it throughout the day. And now it's become habit again. And so it was a rough Sunday, Monday, trying to remember to get it all tracked in just because of life hitting me those days. But other than that, it's been pretty seamless.
Yeah, it looks like Monday you only had Monday's breakfast and lunch. Does that mean you didn't eat dinner or you just didn't get the chance to fill it in?
So my wife is in Pennsylvania right now with her mom, who's going through radiation for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. She left on Sunday. She got permission to work from home and forgot all of her work stuff, including the computer here on Sunday. So
I did hear that.
Right after the round table on Monday afternoon, I hopped in a car and drove halfway to Pennsylvania, met her, gave her stuff, came back, and I just crashed.
If that ain't love, man, I don't know what is.
Her mom's really going through it, and she needs her this week.
Yeah.
And the other solution was her driving back and not being able to be with her mom. So that wasn't really an option.
Yeah. No, I understand. So it looks like you just skipped dinner. And sometimes
but it was on the road, and honestly, I mean, I think I just got a chicken sandwich.
Mm.
Um, and I stopped at a gas station where they sell the veggies in a tub, and I had some carrots. That was really it. And I just, when I got home, I forgot to log it. I'll be honest. I just was tired.
It's all good. At the end of the day, reminding yourself that I always remind people this is like when you forget to log something, it doesn't mean it didn't happen. You just didn't account for it. No big deal. Like it still happened. So, and you were likely well within calorie budget because that day all you had logged for the day was about 1,000 calories. So even if you had had 1,000 calorie dinner, you still would have been within range. So, and that's also good for people to hear is like sometimes when you're not able to be perfect with things, like and you're stressed or whatever, if like, you know what, I'm just gonna make sure this meal that I order is less than 1,000 calories. That's what I got about left. And there you go. You stayed on track and you didn't have to obsess about anything.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna be
I'm
honest. Yeah.
I'm guessing like 700 probably is what I had.
I mean, in reality, a chicken sandwich from most restaurants, most fast food places, if it's a fried chicken sandwich, is probably going to be between like 400 and 600 calories. If you got French fries with it, add another 300 to 400 calories. So that's the reality of it.
So I was
So
figuring
depending,
100 for the sandwich, 100 for carrots, and that's where I was.
yeah. So these comments are just hilarious. I want to know what love is. Jake, can you help? Oh man, this is hilarious. But so yeah. Okay, so Jim, are you back at Polaris or still working at home?
Working out at home just because of everything that's happened this week. I have not had the time. Um, but tomorrow I will be back in Polaris.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. I'm excited for you. So it's funny because I just moved and I worked out at home yesterday and today I went back to the gym. And I kind of shared with you, I've been in kind of a little bit of a funk, and this week I didn't work out the last 5 days. I didn't work out Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday because I was just slam moving. And yesterday was my first day back following the Mayhem programming. Like, all right, I'm going back to following exactly what's on the program, doing the doc. I am so sore today because Sage Bergener is like trying to kill us. Like Monday is like high volume squatting and deadlifting, and my legs are so trashed. So get ready to feel sore on Saturday because I'm sure getting back into the gym, you're going to be sore because I was like,
Oh,
oh, I
I'm
went,
already. So
yeah,
I've been doing the workouts from Polaris this week, just my garage version.
okay,
And lowering the reps because I know I'm just kind of coming back to like a fuller intensity, and I'm still already like crushed.
yeah,
Um,
uh,
but tomorrow is traditionally like zone 2 day at Polaris. So it's a good day to hop back in and just kind of reacclimate myself to going nice zone 2 day, and then Friday we'll ramp up to like a full wad.
yeah, that's awesome. I think I'm going to end up because I rested on Monday. And I was gonna try and do like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but do it Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But I might kind of keep tomorrow zone 2-ish, and just ease back into this week because I am sore. So, but yeah. So, what's on the dock for this coming weekend for you? Anything? Wife is coming home, hopefully.
She's coming home Saturday. Um, and then we have a friend's 50th birthday party. I'm not even sure I'm going to that, but she will be. Speaking of doc, I'm trying to finish episode 1 of the games doc by this weekend
Okay,
for
that's
release next
awesome.
week. It's all
Yeah.
done. It's all off to editors to make sure like I'm not making mistakes. Um, and then I have one section I have to finish, which
Yeah.
is so it's just episode 1. It'll be a 4 episode series from the games.
That's awesome. It's and as you mentioned the games, I just wanted to point out as we're talking about easing back into training, and I told you I was back on the mayhem today. Uh, I'm like I'm telling myself, Cheryl, don't change anything, just do the program. And I look at the program today, and it's the freaking games workout, the intervals. I'm like, oh, just jump back into games training. Why not? So I did that games workout today with the box jump overs. I'm like, oh man. Anyways,
Did
so this
you remember to
weekend,
do it in the right order, or did you do it in Roman's order?
no, I did it in the right order, but let me tell you, I had to mentally, because I don't have a judge. So I like this is what I had, this is how I did it. I'm like, okay, it's always 21 box jump overs. It's always 15 calories. It's always 9 burpee box get overs. And it always goes 21, 15, 9, 21, 15, 9, or 9, 15, 21, 9, 15, 21. And that's how I mentally kept myself on track, because otherwise I would have been confused. So I knew it was always 21, 15, 9, and I just remembered which exercise was that number. And that's how I kept myself on track. I had to watch it before I did it too, because I was like, wait, is it always, anyways, but that was actually kind of a fun workout. I actually liked it. I like that odd stuff, like the box get overs and stuff. It's just kind of different. But
My first workout back was a regionals workout from 2012, one you probably did. It was 2,000-meter row
yep.
into 30 hang power cleans into 50 air squats.
I remember that workout. I was on main site for that workout back in the day. But we had pistol squats. It was a little bit different order. It was 1,000-meter row, 50 pistols, 30 hang cleans. That was the order it was in 2012.
Okay.
And so she might have changed it a little bit to make it class friendly. And back then, a 135-pound hang power clean was like, oh my God. That was like the first heavy year of regionals, where we had the 70-pound dumbbell, 225-pound deadlifts. It was like the first year, like, oh my God, things are getting heavy. Now it's like cake weight. So, but yeah.
Jake and PK are killing me with these 80s sap songs.
Yeah, I think it's because I started with the love, that's what real love is, or whatever. What was that, Forrest Gump? Is that the reference to Forrest Gump? You don't know what love is. Whatever. I don't know.
Well, his love is like a box of chocolates, but they are
But I'm thinking,
quoting, I think, a Foreigner song.
uh,
I
I
want
don't
to
know if I
know.
can face it again. If in my life there's been heartache and pain, I don't know. Yeah, you guys are gonna have to give us a little bit of a hint here, because so here's the deal. I'm a 90s girl, but my parents were 80s peeps, because my parents are in their late 50s. So I grew up listening to a lot of 80s music, but I don't know the names of the songs or a lot of the bands. But like if I hear the song, I know the song. Because I was the girl that's like, turn this off. And now as an adult, I'm like, oh, this song is awesome. So, but yeah, anyways. So all right, so 50th birthday, possibly, wife coming home. I think that right now it's time to kind of figure out, let's talk about push-up challenge and setting some goals. I know that you were not able to really do that, which expected, like, hello, drainage, let's just put myself face down on the floor to do push-ups. Probably wasn't going to feel very comfortable. So what are your thoughts? We're almost into October, so do you want to make that your October challenge?
Yeah, I think we decided last week that that would be the best.
Yeah,
The best thing is just to move that to October, and go for that, and then we'll start the monthly challenges then.
I love it. I love it. And like I said, it actually lines up well. In my Facebook group this month, we're doing a zone 2 challenge. I'm challenging them to complete either what is it, 90 minutes, 120 minutes, or 150 minutes of zone 2 work a week. So they can do it however they want. They can do 5 30-minute sessions. They can do whatever, 2-hour sessions. And it's funny because I normally get these sessions in regularly, but I didn't this week, like because I was moving this whole weekend. So I missed mine on Saturday, and I didn't do one today or yesterday. So I'm easing back into things. But yeah, so we'll do that for the month in the Facebook group. So if you're listening and you're in the Facebook group, our October challenge, I will put out a push-up challenge, and it's going to be something. What I typically will do is accumulation of push-ups. And I know I already started like a little program for you, because if you're doing push-ups every single day, my worry is that you're going to end up getting super tight pecs and ending up with some kind of a shoulder injury, and I don't want that. So if you looked at what I sent you, you're muted.
It was a good joke too.
Oh man.
I said my goal is to have super tight pecs.
Yeah, well, we don't want such tight pecs that all of a sudden you're like this and then you end up with a shoulder problem. So I did try and make sure that you're not getting overtrained and added in like specific days that are built to like stretch, some other plank holds and such, that you're not just doing push-ups every single day. But there is going to be a push-up in the challenge that I'll do in the group. It'll be like an accumulation of push-ups throughout the week. And I'll give people numbers, whether it's starting with 100 push-ups a week, 200 push-ups a week, or 300 push-ups a week, or something like that. And they can accumulate them however they want to. Mr.
So
Pectacular. Oh, that's
that,
good.
that is actually an old contestant on Big Brother, and I met him at the Arnold Fitness Expo like 5 years ago.
I thought you were going to
He,
tell me it was like a superhero.
he was a contestant on Big Brother who became a bodybuilder, and he called himself Mr. Pectacular.
That's hilarious.
And
That's
I met him
hilarious.
at the Arnold. He is, man,
Yeah.
his ego had a hard time getting into the Coliseum
Yeah.
at the Arnold. So
It looks like Philip knows all about him because like his name is
and,
Jesse. I love Big
yep, his
Brother.
name
I
is Jesse.
actually
So I actually have a selfie with him. I'll post it up on my Instagram for you guys. But yeah, I met him at the Arnold when I
that's
was working
awesome.
security.
I wasn't really ever into Big Brother. I was a Survivor girl. I was Survivor all the way, and they kind of started around the same time. Um, and I still, to this day, would love to go on Survivor. I just feel like I would get voted off quickly, and that would just make me mad because I feel like I'd be the threat, like, oh, she's the one that's going to do well. And then I'd end up getting voted off because I'm just too nice.
See,
So,
the one I want to go on is Amazing Race
yeah,
because
Amazing Grace was another one that started off around the same time.
you travel around the world, you have to do physical feats, you have to conquer your fears, different things like that. I think that is the best.
Oh,
I've always wanted to go on it, but you have to have the right partner because you have
yeah,
to be able to have like tough skin with them and
yeah.
not let emotions get into the mix.
Do you guys remember Fear Factor?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
Joe Rogan's
why?
claim to fame.
That was like, why did we watch that? Let's just eat rotten food and bugs and like, come on. Oh, and they actually had a show at Universal, like a stunt show where you could like go and like be on the Fear Factor. Like, why would we do this? Oh my God. Anyways, back to nutrition.
Well,
So
you've been used to it because with the writer strike, that's the only new TV that's going to be on all season are reality shows.
yeah, no, I like reality shows. I think they're good, you know. So
ACR, Rogan less roided,
yeah,
way less roided.
yeah, whatever. It is what it is. He's not competing in the CrossFit Games. Let him do his thing, right?
Yeah,
So Jersey Shore is about. What are you going to bring up the Kardashians next, Philip? I can't get into that stuff. The freaking the freaking women, the desperate housewives, and the freaking my life is so rough because my husband makes 1,000, millions of dollars, and I've got to, you know, do my own
I was
Botox or
out on
something.
Tiger King 2.
I don't even know what Tiger King is.
Oh my god. It was it was the pandemic big thing when it first started. Everybody watched Tiger King. I think it was on Netflix. Um, oh my gosh. If
I'll
you want
have
to
to
watch
check it out.
and you were a vet tech, right?
Yeah.
So it's about a guy who raises tigers
Oh, geez.
and the competition between other people who raise tigers. It was it was it was an epic train wreck. Uh,
Oh,
but there are people that end up dead and end up in prison over and the all around these tiger collectors. It is freaking crazy.
I'll have to watch that. Speaking of tigers, as we're defaulting into other topics here. So I just moved and I have like zero furniture because I lived in a studio apartment. And I bought two bar stools so that I at least have something to sit in my kitchen. By the way, this is going to be my office area when it's done. Um, and my cat jumped up on it, has already put his nails in the seat. So here's what I'm doing, guys. On my podcast yesterday, I was looking for some tips because I'm not going to declaw my cat. I find that that's just cruel. Um, I was looking for some tips to keep my cat from messing up my furniture because I'm going to get new furniture. I don't want cat stuff. So I was told to buy soft paws, and they weren't really around when I was a vet tech. But hey, essentially, it's like fake nails for cats. You put these fake nails on, they get glued on, and it like they're dull, so your cat can't scratch your furniture. So my cat is now going to get pedicures. I feel super bougie right now, but it is what it is. So that's my little
Talk
tangent
about a
today.
Kardashian.
I know. I was like, well, I was trying to find some solutions, but I'm like, listen, I mean, I like love these bar stools. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, this is not going to happen. So, anyways, back to nutrition as we're defaulting. This is just fun. Now we're talking about the Liver King. Don't even talking about nutrition. That guy is just that's a whole nother topic. Um, so I feel like we've got the push-up challenge coming. Um, do you plan, have you decided pedicures? That's good. That's good. I like that. I'm actually I'm gonna use that. I'm gonna use that for something. Um, are you going to Rogue? Final verdict.
Uh, as of right now, yes, I'm going to Rogue.
Okay. All right. So I feel like we should, kind of use that as like a little push. I mean, well, we know where the games are next year. I feel like, and I haven't actually said this to you yet, but something that I want to talk about today is I know this is a weight loss journey, right? Um, but I also feel like sometimes I wanted to think of another way to really word your journey for you because I think that weight loss is also it's not really the goal, right? Weight loss is the way we get to where we want to be, right? It's the path to be a healthier, happier version of ourselves wherever we're at, right? So, and I think that for you, you do have goals. It's not like, hey, I'm Scott, and yeah, I want to have big biceps and some nice some nice pecs, but I'm not looking to have a six pack of abs and be on the cover of a magazine and talk to everybody about how discipline gets me this. Like that's not you, right? It's like, listen, I want to feel good about my body. I want to go to the gym. I want to be able to do pull-ups and run and do double unders and wall walks and do cool things and be able to tell people like, hey, I'm going into my 60s fitter than I've ever been in my life. Like that's what you want. And I think that finding a way to make weight loss the part of that journey, but not the focus of it. I feel like that's my ultimate goal for you. And I know we have to measure the I love Cheryl Scott voice. That's hilarious. I don't have a good Scott voice. I don't have a good any voice. I honestly feel like I talk like sometimes I feel like a screaming pterodactyl. Like I have a very voice. Anyways, but I want there to be a focus on you on the other side of this weight loss journey. And I know that the push-ups is one thing. I think a good challenge for you is RX Murph. I would love to see you be able to RX Murph next year, even if you have to walk it. I think that by next year's games, being able to, do that workout and RX it would be freaking awesome. But you might have a different thing in mind. You might have, we've talked about triathlons. We've talked about other things that you might, because I know you were a swimmer, and I would love to see you in a pool or in the open water. But I think that starting to think about outside of just like thinking about what this weight loss is going to give you on the other side of it. That's what's I think is the goal.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it. I am trying to get to that level. It's not just about weight loss this year. It's about getting my body back to doing the things that I love doing. And that's why I wanted to do monthly body weight challenges to start getting me back to those things.
Yep.
And And just like Seema, I just don't want to grow out of my underwear.
I tell you,
Unless
man,
unless
it's
it's my badonkadonk, and then like
yeah,
everybody likes a big butt.
yeah. I I mean that's really for me. I mean I've been overweight in my life. I've never been obese, if you want to call it what it is for some people. But I remember when I was outgrowing my clothes, and I'm like, there ain't no way. I'm not buying a bigger size pants. Like, stop right now. I'm gonna do something about this. So yeah, I know that feeling. But I forgot to say this is my favorite show of the week. Kenneth, I'm glad to hear that. So I love that for you. So we definitely want to make it that way. So all right, so I feel like this week it's about getting back into Polaris, um, keeping up with the logging, not getting lax on that. I think that the other thing I always like to do is, when people have a significant amount of weight to lose, setting benchmarks is good. And like, so we had this 100 pounds by the games this year. We did a pretty darn good job at that. I think our next benchmark goal is going to be getting you under 275. I like that number as our next benchmark goal. So I'm not going to put a timeline on that, but that's kind of our next big push. I think it's going to end up lining up pretty nicely with the holiday season, to where you'll be able to kind of not have that focus during Christmas time. Um, but what are your thoughts on that?
Well, first, Valvez BTW. That's our first Twitch comment since we've extended our audience out to the Twitch world. So that's really cool. I like
Yeah,
that. 275. 275 is a good sounding number. Um, and I'm super stoked for that.
yeah, me too. I was talking to my mom today about technology, and like now that you have Twitch on here, I'm like, what the hell is Twitch? It's another platform. I like just need to keep up with one thing. Like Instagram is my thing. Like I like Instagram. I like my podcast. But man, one more thing. What's the goal for Rogue? I'll do it with you, Scott, and then we can take a pic together. Go for Rogue.
So
Seema,
my
are you?
goal is going to be a push-up challenge.
Yeah.
Um, I don't. Do we want a weight loss goal just for a month out?
I mean, I don't like that. I think we need a little bit longer. Is Seema, are you on a weight loss journey yourself? I'm just curious to know that. Um, I think that a goal for you from by Rogue, I mean, if you want me to give you my opinion, when you are dialed in, your weight moves pretty quickly. I think you're going to be under 285 before Rogue. I do think that. I think that you just getting back into consistency in the gym and your nutrition, I think that that's realistic, but I don't want to put that pressure on you because like I think that that's too short of a window. I like the way we do this. 40, 50 pounds of fat loss. SEMA, I love that. But anyway, so I think that the better goal for October is the push-up challenge. I think the goal, SEMA, for Scott by for the next 4 weeks, we'll call it, is going to be consistency in his nutrition habits. And SEMA, I think that that would be something that you should also think about yourself, and that will obviously produce some results. So whatever strategy you're using for fat loss, maybe write down some specifics. So for Scott, it's like I track my food, I hit my protein, I balance my macros the best I can, but I don't obsess about it. Like that's our life, and that's what gets you the best results. Seema, I think that you should figure out something yourself that you can hold yourself accountable to. And I think that that should be your goal for the month of October. And take a photo now, take a photo in 4 weeks or so, and see how much you've changed with being consistent.
And
That's
if you
my
want to do
thoughts.
push-ups with me, I'll post push-up stuff, and you guys
Yeah.
can post along. All of you.
Yeah. Kenneth asked Cheryl Nasso. Cheryl Nasso. Listen to me. I'm talking my name. Coach Cheryl, thoughts on kimchi? I think my wife is trying to poison me. Okay, so kimchi and a lot of the fermented vegetables, I can't even talk. Vegetables do have some probiotics and prebiotics in them, so it can help with gut health. That's the main thing. You don't have to eat kimchi. In fact, pickles are also a good source of that. Like any kind of those vegetables that like sit and ferment are good for that kind of stuff. So um, that would be also awesome. I've been appreciating the macro posts on IG. Kenneth has been liking that as well. So, yeah. Kenneth's an undereater. Let's see who else. Any other comments I have to answer here? I feel like I have to follow Seema. Am I saying his name right?
I think Seema is a she.
Seema is a she. I want to follow you. I want to see a little bit about your journey. I definitely am interested. Yeah, sauerkraut is another thing Jeffrey posted.
Kenneth says his gut is jacked. So your wife isn't poisoning you. She's trying to help you.
Let's talk about this leaky gut thing. All right. So how do you know you have leaky gut? Like, I think that this is a big thing. If you were in the paleo era of like that being a big thing, I learned a whole bunch about leaky gut. In fact, I convinced myself, oh my God, I must have leaky gut. What leaky gut really is that essentially that they say that there are specific foods that can irritate the gut lining and they cause microscopic tears and it causes like things to permeate outside of that, can get into your bloodstream and such and cause inflammation. But the reality is, how do you actually know you have leaky gut, right? Like it's very hard to test for that. And I think that a lot of people just think about their symptoms and they read things like, oh my God, it must be leaky gut. You could just be sensitive to some foods and not even realize it. You know, like there could just be some food sensitivities. Like I think that people really need to kind of watch out for things. Are you seeing these comments, Scott? Or am I just like, oh my God, leaky butt? This is making me think of I saw it on Instagram and I don't even know where I got it. It was something like how you feel the day after Taco Bell. And it was like some kind of a fire thing and it's like pushing out like fire. Like I'm like, oh my God, this is just so bad. But yeah, when it comes to that, you know.
When this guy makes this comment, you're way off the rails.
Yeah.
Coming from Zombie, you know the train left the track a long time ago.
Listen, gut health is a very important part of what I do. I ask people about their poop. In fact, my clients often tell me they stress out because they get mad that they didn't poop before their weigh-in. And they're like, I know if I had pooped, I would weigh less, but I was too stressed this morning to poop. I get poop talk all the time. So, anyways, this chat is definitely off the rails. My wife researched it. Okay. Once again, where did your wife research it, right? Like, this is so important. Like, just because you research something doesn't mean you have this diagnosis. And by the way, if your poop floats, it often means that you have too much fat in your diet. So there are different types of food. This is hilarious. I know entirely too much about poop. It does mean that. So there's like different nutrients like will cause your poop to be different. Like think about it, guys. Your poop is like what you've taken in, it's digested and it comes out. Like so there are different things that could cause your poop to float, by the way. So anyways.
So Nick asks Kenneth, does she check your scat like she tracks a coyote? And Kenneth says she judges me by my stool.
Oh my God.
Jay Birch comes in with, I had a cat with leaky butt. We called him, but it's a scat.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is getting out of
Jake says someone
control.
is stalking you in the doorway.
Oh man.
ACR says fat poo, and then Chris comes in with mine's nutty.
Man, you guys, I'm gonna be honest. Your poop tells a lot about your health. It really does. I mean, your gut, the whole gut brain connection, like poop does tell a whole lot about your overall health. So, Philip,
and now PK.
It's too late in the day to poop. It's in the morning. That's it. You poop in the morning or you don't poop. That's just the way it is. It's just how I feel about it.
Oh my God. You and Jason Bateman. Oh my God.
If I don't poop in the morning, I won't. It's just going to happen the next day. So
you poop when I have to poop, and whenever it happens.
That's the most CrossFitters. And that's speaking of poop. Like talk about going out of control. CrossFit competitions. Let's just talk about how out of control those bathrooms get. Like, what is it about CrossFitters? Like, maybe it's just our healthy diet. I don't know. But you go to a CrossFit competition, especially if they don't have actual bathroom stalls and you're stuck like in the porta potties. It's like, what the hell just happened? Like, seriously, like Wadapalooza. I'm sure you remember Wadapalooza. It's just like, geez. But
So ACR says, we never judge you by your stool. All stools welcome here. If we spackle the inside of your
oh my
bowel,
God. Oh my
what does that
God.
mean?
It might mean you need a little bit more fiber to tighten things up a little bit there.
And then Jake says, mine is green and smooth like Play-Doh. Probably all the green Play-Doh I've been eating.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Not sure. Or asparagus, maybe. Sugar makes the most explosive shit. Oh my God. Oh God. Yes, all that protein. I do think that's part of it, Jeff. I would agree that I think that because CrossFit eat a lot of protein. But yeah. Anyways, this topic is getting out of
Famous
control.
90s, famous 90s hip hop song, I'm a scat man.
Oh yes. Yes. I remember that song.
Scat
Yeah.
man.
That was a good time. There was some good music around that time, for sure. I still get down on some 90s tunes, some 90s hip hop for sure. 90s everything.
I think
But
that's probably a great place to get this train back to the
yeah,
station.
I would agree. We gotta reel it back in, guys. No poop talk next week. We'll talk about some more PG things. So for sure. But all
But it
right.
is true.
What's
But one thing that when I came in to talk to you, like, and in your weekly check-in form, you ask about poop, like it
I
is,
do?
and so it is important to nutrition. And even though we're joking about it today, it does tell you a lot. Just don't let your wife research it on WebMD.
I would
That's
agree.
that's
Kenneth, yeah.
the lesson for the day.
Yeah, don't do that. Just let's not do that. Kenneth, if you want me to help you with your poop, just shoot me a message. We'll talk about poop. So we'll get you fixed up.
Well, with that, thank you guys for the chat. Thanks for the fun afternoon. Great midday break or midweek break for me, and what I have going on in my life. That it was
Yeah.
awesome. So I appreciate you all so much. We will see you next time on the Clydesdale Media Weight Loss Journey.